been an open secret that politics has been responsible for the Muzaffarnagar communal violence that has killed 40 people so far. But tonight, we've got actual videographic proof of members of the BJP, the Samajwadi Party and the BSP directly indulging in hatred and incitement despite prohibitory orders. Headlines today has never before seen video footage of two massive congregations over the last few days of August, both completely illegal because Section 144 had already been imposed, which means that big gatherings are not allowed. The administration allowed these gatherings. What's worse is that political leaders made highly insightful speeches that really led to the bloodshed that followed. The reality of the blood that spilled in Muzaffarnagar is being revealed for the first time on Headlines today. Take a look at this report.
Headlines today is putting out the riots Mahapanchayat video. These Mahapanchayats are alleged to have provoked people. Our intent is to expose the men and women who are supposed to lead us. What you are about to see is shocking. Leaders across party lines came together and made inflammatory speeches that may have had a bearing on what followed. We should underline that these are just some of the less insightful excerpts. The most inflammatory parts have been left out. The Muzaffarnagar conspiracy exposed.
What you're seeing on your television screens are visuals of the assembly of people of two Mahapanchayats in Muzaffarnagar. We will get you the 1,000-strong Mahapanchayat pictures too. But before that, here's another religious gathering just before the Mahapanchayat. A large assembly following Friday prayers. Politicians inciting violence, using extremely inflammatory speech.
आपको कहना चाहूंगा, आज 31 तारीख को वो सभा होती है, तो खुदा की कसम मुजफ्फरनगर में जो आप लोगों ने साथ हमेशा दिया, हमेशा देते चले आए, बाहर से ये निवेदन करूंगा, खुदा की कसम 2 दिन नमाज पढ़ना, ताज्जुद पढ़ के अपनी सुन्नतों को कायम कर लेना, तुम्हारा बाल बांका नहीं होगा जब रोग के साथ तुम दुआ मांगोगे।
What followed was the Jat Mahapanchayat. Remember, this massive assembly of people took place despite prohibitory orders in place, clearly with the connivance of the district authorities. What makes it worse is the hate speech that followed.
तड़फा करके और बेरहमी के साथ उनको कूट करके ईंट और पत्थरों के द्वारा मारा गया। उसका और उत्तर प्रदेश की सरकार ये जानबूझ करके, बल्कि मैं कहती हूँ अखिलेश नहीं है सरकार का मुख्यमंत्री, आजम खां है, और ये आजम खां की शय पर सब कुछ हो रहा है।
Look at these pictures again from across the political spectrum. Be it Sadhvi Prachi of the BJP at the Mahapanchayat or Qadir Rana of the Bahujan Samaj Party, Saeed Zuma of the Congress, Rashid Siddiqui of the Samajwadi Party or Noor Salim Rana of the BSP. All present on stage, netas spouting venom to inflame passions. Why have these politicians, despite their hate speech, not been booked under Section 153A of the Indian Penal Code? Why were these congregations allowed despite prohibitory orders in place? Why did the police take no action despite being present when these hate speeches were being made?
Let's start with Sadhvi Prachi. She belongs to the BJP. We're trying to get details. What did she do? She addressed a rally at the Mahapanchayat, basically a hate speech. The language she used, she could be charged under Section 153A for promotion of religious hatred, but she's still walking free, not been booked so far. You can also see Qadir Rana of the Bahujan Samaj Party. He's addressing a rally. That's the one that was held after those Friday prayers, standing before the crowd, making a strong pitch. The people gathered to not stop at anything if the Mahapanchayat were to take place. He too can be charged under Section 153A of the IPC for promoting religious enmity. He is still a man who's walking free. Clearly, this footage and these pictures will be available with security agencies as well, but they've still not acted. The Congress party has been tepid in its response, and it is quite evident why. Sayyidul Zama of the Congress party was also present at that rally. He led crowds after the Friday prayers, promoting religious enmity. He's standing right next to that BSP leader while he makes those scathing remarks. When you see Rashid Siddiqui of the Samajwadi Party, he was also present there on the same podium, applauding the call for violence. Why has the government not acted? These are crucial questions that need to be answered.
I must state that Headlines Today has actually removed all the really explosive speeches which were made, the highly inflammatory speeches, because the purpose of putting this video out in the public domain is to show these faces of leaders from the BSP, the Samajwadi Party, the Congress, standing around making inflammatory speeches, and the Samajwadi Party government hasn't even till today acted against them. So all their claims are completely bogus. Remember, at that time, Section 144 had been imposed in the area. More than 4 people should not have been allowed to gather. I just want those pictures once again on our screen, please. There are hundreds of people who've been allowed to gather at both the gatherings. One was the Mahapanchayat, then there was the meeting after the Friday prayers. Hundreds of people had gathered over there. The administration allowed that gathering. I want to go across to Muzaffarnagar. Joining us from there is my colleague Maha Siddiqui. She's been seeking answers from the administration on why these gatherings were allowed after Section 144 had been imposed, and what's the explanation for why action still hasn't been taken against the people. Our viewers will see once more in those videos. Maha.
Well, Rahul, the fact that no action has been taken against these people, and I can name some of them here against whom FIRs have already been launched. Prachi Arya, Hukum Singh, Sangeet Som, Sayyidul Zama, Qadir Rana. That was the direct question that has been put to the administration. The SSP for that had said that just the fact that an FIR has been registered doesn't mean that they will go ahead and arrest people, that they are waiting for a probe to happen. The second part they said, and kind of candidly admitted, that they can't open a war on 2 fronts, that at the moment their focus is on bringing tensions down, not just in Muzaffarnagar city, but the 18 other villages where violence spread. So their first priority is that tension goes down, only then will they make political arrests. But Rahul, they still do not have any answers for the fact as to why these massive congregations were allowed on the 5th of the Muslims, on the 7th, the Mahapanchayat.
It's an excuse in hindsight, yes, and it isn't flying, for the simple reason that when you allow thousands of people to gather, as they did for that Jat Mahapanchayat, they're brandishing swords, they've got lathis, they are creating public havoc, and for the administration to say they thought the Panchayat would calm tempers down just betrays a complete lack of understanding of what is going on the ground.